I want to chat with you all today about this idea of time. The number one thing that I hear from my clients when they don't follow through on their actions or are not moving towards the life that they really want is that they don't have the time. There's not enough time. Time got away from me. I lost track of time. It shows up in so many ways. But at the end of the day, it's all the same. They're not making the time, which comes down to two things really. They're not managing their time well and setting boundaries for themselves, which we talked about a few weeks ago about boundaries and what they are really, because I think there's some misconceptions out there. So if you missed that one, go back and check it out for sure. But really, when we peel back these layers of time and managing our time and setting boundaries, and we kind of get to the core of it, it usually comes down to the reality that they don't want it as badly as they think that they do, which is okay. It's okay to not want something that you used to want, or to not want something anymore because you realize actually it was something you wanted for someone else, right? Now, as I said that second one, many of you probably got a little defensive, right? Of course I want it. She doesn't know me. I've always wanted this, right? But here's how I know this is true. With everything that is going on right now, our time has been seriously messed with, right? We are working from home, which has eliminated that commute that we had, right? We aren't leaving our home except for those essential trips. So, no more going to the movies, no more going to the park, no more soccer games for the kids. All of us have gotten time back into our day in some way or another, right? So, my question for you is how did you choose to fill that time when it became available to you? Are you working on that project you keep putting off, or are you filling it with watching more TV and cooking more elaborate meals and sleeping and playing with your kids more? Now, I want to be 100% clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with spending your time in these ways. I'm simply pointing out that when we got more time in our day, that thing that so many of us crave for so that we can do the things that we've been putting off, when we get that time back, in fact, we choose to spend that time differently. That's how I know that this thing is not as important to you as you think that it might be, and that time is just an excuse. So here's the thing. This is not meant to be shaming or to make you feel guilty at all. I'll be the first one to admit that I have not used my extra time to start working on my client workbook. Right here, guilty as charged. But here's what I want you to hear. It's okay to choose to spend your time differently. What I want you to do, though, is own that. Take responsibility for how you are using your time and stop blaming the fact that you haven't tackled that project because you haven't had the time, because it simply is not true. You simply aren't making the time. You aren't making it a priority for yourself, and you have to do the work to accept that and be okay with it. So I hope that's got your wheels turning. You all have an awesome weekend and stay healthy.